Well, about 3.5 weeks of 2026 has already passed, and how many people do you actually believe already quit on themselves? Just 3.5 weeks in, probably 95, 98%, just a guess, but yeah, most likely. Sounds pretty good to me. Why? Well, why? You really ask me why? 3.5 weeks are already passed. There's no celebration, there's no partying, it's just you and all of this work, just all of it. And it's like, well, do it. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna freaking do that. Obviously not, right? Most people cannot handle even being alone with themselves for 10 minutes and just meditating or just looking at the ceiling. How the hell do you believe that they can delay gratification, sacrifice the idiot present, let's say, for the future, to make all the sufficient sacrifices, to sacrifice their lower self for the higher self, to make the proper decisions continuously every single day that is aligned with the person they want to be? It's like, right. And you believe all of that is going to occur because of one New Year's resolution list that is made when you are comfortable. It's not made whilst you're sharpening the blade, let's say, whilst you're in the fight. No, it's made when you're comfortable. When your mind is easy and it's thinking in the future and you're like, oh yes, in 12 months I can do this and I can accumulate this amount of money and I can improve my relationship in this way, or I can get this amount of muscles and run this amount of kilometers and read this many books and get so much better. You're not wrong. You could get so much better. The issue is that actually getting there obviously takes so much freaking work. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And a New Year's resolution is really not going to do anything. Now, it's fine if it motivates you a little bit, it gives you like an idea of who you want to be. But of course, if you rely on motivation, then you have no foundation. There's nothing. If motivation is your foundation, you're not showing up 50, 80, 90% of the time. Maybe even 100 in the beginning. Right, because you have to study the basics, the boring stuff. What I want you to do is to stop negotiating with the lower side of yourself, the insufficient side of yourself, the side of yourself that has always been there. Well, not always been there, but you've learned it. You've learned it through all this hedonism, all this effortless gratification, all these erroneous decisions that you've made throughout the years. And that personality within you, it has to go. Now, let me tell you something. This is going to be the most painful process of all time. And I'm currently inside of this process. I am killing the old version of me for the emergence of a new one. And it's undoubtedly one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Why? Because you're shedding away the framework of the world, of the previous framework of the world. You're shedding it all away. And it's not like when you shed the previous framework of the world that immediately the new one, the sufficient one is going to arise. No. Like in the Exodus story, the Israelites, after they've been freed from the tyrant, they go through the desert. They don't go immediately to the promised land. They go through the desert. You are going through a desert immediately. And this is not optional. You're always going to go through the desert. You are never going to sacrifice the lower side of yourself and then immediately you're just better. No, you're going to have to go through the whole process of the identity crisis. What is the identity crisis? You have no idea who the hell you are. None. Because you're shedding the old you for the new you. The new you is only going to emerge once you stay inside of the gray zone, let's say, for an extended period of time. Which ultimately means that you're going to have to stick inside of this, you have no information, none. You're going to have to stay inside of this dark hole, let's say, this gray area for weeks, maybe even months, until you finally figure out who you are, and then you can finally have this identity of, I'm disciplined, I am all these good, positive, sufficient characteristics that are going to propel you forward. Where you go through the desert, man. Nobody wants to go through the freaking desert. Nobody wants to go through that identity crisis. None. Right, and this is why people with New Year's resolutions, why they fail. Always. A paper is not going to solve none of that. None of it. And I don't even like people who, I don't like people, I have nothing against those people, but I don't like when people make 1 year goals. Like, how the hell are you supposed to know who you're going to be in 1 year? You know how much you can change in 1 year? This is why I only stick with 1 month goals. That's all I need. A day, and then once I make 1 month goals, then I just focus on a day, and then just day at a time, trying to slowly, incrementally kill the old version of me and then let the new one emerge. That's what you have to do. No one wants to do that. No one wants to do that, and I don't blame them. But if you want to be that kind of person who continuously makes New Year's resolutions again and again and again and again and again, and well, not making ultimately any progress, then yeah, you can do exactly that. Just don't do anything about it, man. Just listen to your impulses, listen to your hedonistic desires, to your effortless gratifications inside of your personality that is just weak, that is frail, that is fragile. It has no correlation with your development. Right, so what I want to tell you is, well, stop negotiating with the lower side of yourself, man. You have self-control over yourself. You can control yourself anytime. You can control whether you can move your fingers, whether you can flex your biceps, whether you want to scream. You can control yourself, but you don't do it. You don't control the only creature, let's say, in the universe who has the ability to be controlled. And well, there's nothing motivating about that. There's nothing inspiring about that, man. You're just a slave to your own impulses. And if that doesn't make you a little bit terrified, petrified, then I don't know what will, man. You're a slave to your impulses that have nothing to do with the betterment of yourself. And you listen to them and you negotiate with them and you're like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I know I should go there. I know the New Year's resolutions is literally like on my wall. It's right there. I can see it. I can read it. I know it's there, but you know what? Let's just do 1 day of effortless gratification, 1 day of doing what I shouldn't do, right? Or what I said that I wasn't going to do 3.5 weeks ago when I was making the New Year's resolution. And then tomorrow I'll stay hungry. Tomorrow I'll do what I need to do. And then obviously tomorrow occurs and well, nothing changes. Obviously nothing changes, because how the hell do you think anything is going to come out of that? All right, man, I can talk about this forever, really, forever. But you know what to do. You know what to do. You've just made the New Year's resolution. It's right there. It's on the wall, most likely. It's somewhere around in your drawer or somewhere on the desk, on the table, wherever, in a notebook, somewhere. You know what to do. You're just deciding not to do it. You're just deciding that the impulses inside of you are just gonna lead you towards something that you believe is gonna lead you to fulfillment, which is obviously not the case. So, you know what you gotta do, so do it. I know it's very basic, so do it. It's not very helpful, but if you want to get better, man, you're gonna have to go through the desert. And once you truly comprehend that, then at least you're gonna be ready for it. And you're not gonna just run away immediately after some uncomfortable thing occurs, because, well, it's inevitable, it's ineludable. You can't do anything about it. But what you can do is, once again, control yourself and stick with the plan. All right? God bless you. Thank you much for listening, and stay hungry. Do what you gotta do.